Barbie, the new movie about the classic doll and her boyfriend Ken, is now in theaters. While the iconic duo may seem like the perfect couple, their relationship is not the best model for finding love in the real world. Here to help us navigate the twists and turns of romance is matchmaker Vanessa Sescila. Vanessa, thank you so much for joining us on this important topic.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about perfectionism and why it's not good for relationships.
Yeah, well, it's okay to want a great partner, right? It's okay to want lots of romance. But if we're looking for perfection in a person, we're setting ourselves up for disappointment. I always tell my clients that it's just lunch. Just because a person doesn't check off every single box on your list doesn't mean it's not your person. Go into every date with an open mind and a positive attitude.
What is your advice for finding the perfect person, or of trying to avoid falling into that perfect? Is there a perfect person?
There's not.
Yeah, I guess that let's establish that first.
Yeah, no, there's not.
Yeah, there's not. So how do we avoid falling into that perfect couple trap? Because with social media, you might be scrolling on like, man, why is my man not doing this? And why is my lady not doing that? So how do we avoid that?
Forget about the fairy tale, first and foremost, right? And look at Ken and Barbie. Perfect example. They've been on and off since 1961, so they do not have the perfect relationship at all. Social media is a big one. And celebrity couples. You know, we look sometimes when we get so engulfed in, oh, that's the perfect couple. These two look great in every photo. It's not always what it's like behind closed doors as you see in photos. So don't think of it that way. I also say, just because somebody doesn't check off all your boxes, right? Maybe go from 60 boxes to 3. We all have our things that we really want in a person, but keep an open mind. Go into every date with a positive attitude, have fun, and you never know, because perfection just doesn't exist.
A question for you. Is summer a good time to find a new love, a boo, a romance? Because, you know, there's this thing called cuffing season, which is in the cooler weather times. Is now even a good time to find a mate because everybody's outside doing their thing?
That's when everybody wants to find mates. So in the summer, everybody wants to sit outside, have a glass of wine, enjoy the nice weather when we have it here in Chicago, while we have it here in Chicago. So it is a great time to date. We're busier than ever. So
how can daters set realistic expectations without compromising too much? Because obviously we don't want to put too many, we don't want to put too many, labels on, or requirements, I should say, on what we want. But also we want to still be true to ourselves on what we need.
100%. And I always say, think of the big picture, right? Where do you want to be in 40 years from now? You want to be with a person that's wonderful, that you can laugh with, that you can debate things with, right? It doesn't have to be the perfect partner. It just has to be your best friend, because looks fade away, right? Like, you want to be with somebody that's your friend. And I always make that perfectly clear to my clients. Like, think big picture. You have to like the person first. That's important.
And I did see the Barbie movie, and I do think that some of the things that you touch on certainly ring true in the movie. So I'm sure a lot of people will find that as well. Vanessa, we thank you so much for joining us this morning on these important tips. And for more tips on avoiding the pitfalls of that quote-unquote perfect relationship, head over to our website at ABC7Chicago.com.